Pops and the Rican.
Pops and the Rican.
Look at this. Pops and the Rican. The Pops and the Rican. What's the Pops and the Rican?
Look at the top of his head! Look at this one!
Pops and the Rican.
Pops and the Rican.
And we're on.
You know, every time they on that introduction thing, it says, "Look at the top of his head." I'm thinking,
Yes.
I thought I forgot to wear. I thought I forgot to wear my cap, and then I'm like,
Man.
"Oh, okay." They can't see the bald spot. Okay, I'm
They
good.
can't. No, you're good. You're covered. You're straight.
Yeah.
What's up? How you doing, bro?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good.
You're doing good because we're in the same spot, right?
Well, you're way on the other side. I'm way back here. You know.
Pretty sure we're doing all right.
Yeah, we're doing okay. And the good news is I'm still Pops.
And I'm the Rican.
And then that makes this the Pops and the Rican Show.
Pops and the Rican Show.
Yeah. So
what's up, everybody? How's it going? I'm glad that you guys are tuning in. We appreciate you guys jumping in and checking us out. We have a great show today. We also have a lot of great stuff going on here, guys. Man, we are still alive, and we're thankful to everyone who has given to Gutty's Comedy Club, everyone who has showed up to come and check out shows here at Gutty's Comedy Club, and just everybody sharing that they've been here, they've been posting, and our community is growing. And I'm extremely thankful to every single one of you guys that have given, that have just been able to share, and I'm thankful that we're able to still keep these doors open. And so I'm excited about what's going on. We have a lot of great shows that are coming up, especially tonight. We have a special show tonight. It's a fundraiser that we have collaborated with, and I'll let Dennis talk a little bit more about that. But also, bro, I'm excited that we are still kicking. Our mobile app is available. So let your friends and family know that we are live now, broadcasting live. All of our shows, Friday, Saturday nights, sometimes of our special shows will be broadcast as well. You can check it out by downloading our mobile app and going live on the mobile app. You can actually watch our live shows on our mobile app, and also you can go online to guttyscomedyclub.com/live, and you'll be able to check out our shows here live too as well. We're keeping comedy alive, and you guys are helping us do that, and so we're thankful that you are doing that for us, bro.
And I think honestly, tonight, if people are saying, you know, hey, we like to watch stand-up comedy, that's great. Watch every Friday and Saturday night when we have our primetime shows.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've got some fantastic comics rolling in. But like you said, tonight is a little bit different tonight because we're doing our Comedy for a Cause. We're raising some money for the Johnson County Senior Services.
Yeah,
it's a great program that does so much for the senior citizens of Johnson County, the county that Gutty's Comedy Club is in.
Yep.
And we want to help them raise money. They're building a new facility because the last one was really dilapidated, and they needed to get out of it because it was no longer safe. And now they're building this really nice facility. And so we're just trying to help them raise a little bit of money, raise some awareness of that. But not only that, but tonight, if somebody's saying, hey, I should check out this whole live broadcast thing that they're talking about, tonight would be a great time because we have a mixture of stand-up comedy, improv comedy, and sketch comedy. All three branches of the comedy that we produce here at Gutty's Comedy Club. We're going to be doing some of that tonight. Yeah. And so it'd be a great time for you to jump on guttyscomedyclub.com/live or jump on the app and watch the show. And because it's going to be a fantastic time. That's all I can say.
I agree, man. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. So check us out there and make sure that you Again, like us on Facebook, like us here on uh, YouTube. You just basically like and subscribe and hit that bell so that anytime we go live with comedians that we have come through the Gutty's Comedy Club, and sometimes we have other announcements coming on, you can be notified as well. So that brings us to this portion of our show, which is basically we like to introduce comedians that come through and rock the mic here at Gutty's Comedy Club. And today we have a special guest. I'm excited to introduce to others. Some of us already know because he's been at Gutty's Comedy Club, and it has been nothing but awesome. Just great time with him on the stage. So please welcome to the stage, Emmanuel T. What's up,
ET?
What's going on, man? You're welcome.
How's it going, man?
How's
How you guys doing?
Man, we are here, and we're making it happen. That's all that really matters, man. So I appreciate you coming on the show, hanging with us here, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So Emmanuel, great job this last weekend.
Appreciate it.
And it's always fun to have you roll in. And for those of you who missed this last weekend show, Emmanuel was here doing the feature spot and just had the place rocking both nights. Great fun, a lot of fun with what you bring to the show. And we were talking this last weekend when you were here for the show. You and I were talking, and I asked something that I guess I was a little bit surprised at my own self because I haven't asked up till then. We've known each other for quite a while now, and you've got your own brand that you've kind of been pushing, Quail Life. And I was like, okay, Quail Life, that's cool. But I never slowed down until this last weekend to ask you.
Yeah.
And then when I did, I was like, hey, that's something we need to have. We need to talk with Emmanuel, bring him on the Pops and the Rican show, and get him to share a little bit about Quail Life, where that came from, and what your purpose, what your vision is for your comedy when it comes to Quail Life. So tell us just a little bit about where did that come from, and what's the whole purpose of Quail Life?
Okay, well, oddly enough, back when I was in high school, me and my friend down there were talking about Quail Man from Doug, was a cartoon show back when we were kids. And because I kind of have a speech impediment, I said Quail Eye, but he thought I said Quail Life. And he said, that's pretty cool saying, man. We should run with that. It's like, okay. So it was kind of our little theme back and forth. And I did a little digging and found out that in Indiana, the quail is a unique and rare bird. So we molded that from, hey, Quail Life is a way to live your life in a unique and rare way. So we ran with that all through high school. Before you know it, I came up with the brand. And when I decided, hey, I'm gonna actually patent his name and own it, I talked to my friend Danielle. I asked him if he wanted to be a part of it, and he said, nah, it's all you. So that's how Quail Life came to be, and that's been my motto since I've been doing stand-up pretty much.
That's dope. So creating a unique. Say it again. Like what is this?
It's creating a unique and rare way to live your life.
I noticed that you post a lot too as well, and in your posts too as well is very motivating stuff. So how did you build that through that same brand, or was it something that you just felt like, you know what, I am this type of person, and so this brand pretty much embodies who I am? Is that how that?
Yes and no. I've touched on it in a little bit of my stand-up about how my childhood wasn't always the easiest. So I put myself in therapy. I got to handle my temper, my anger, and I realized that a lot of people go through a lot of drama. A lot of people stress a lot. They have just life isn't easy for anybody in particular. So I've used my platform to boost positivity, to boost, hey, you can make it, because I was in and out of the hospital having surgeries from 11 to about 18. And so I was mad at my mom, my dad, my genetics, God. I was just mad at the planet for a nice long time.
Yeah.
And I got to a point in my life where I realized I'm being angry is only affecting me. I need to let go of this anger so I can live a better life. And just going through that made me realize, hey, if I can share my story while I'm on stage, if I can share my experiences, it can help people get through their motivation, get through their struggles and whatnot. And ever since then, I've been posting good morning beautiful people
Yeah.
insert inspirational quote and things like that, just to help people see, hey, I know time is tough right now. I know you're going through a lot, but you're strong. You can make it through this.
That's good.
And that's been my outlook for the past, I'm 32 now, for the past almost 10 years, almost 10 years now. Yeah.
That's good.
Well,
That's really good.
it's interesting because your focus on life kind of parallels. One of the first companies that I started a number of years ago was Potential Unlimited, and the whole focus and what I was doing was going into middle schools and high schools across the country and sharing this message that you're born with innate greatness and unlimited potential. And that's kind of parallel to the message that you are sharing in terms of live your life in a unique and rare way and make something great out of that, and so
Right.
I just kindred spirits, and so it's for me it's a pleasure to get to work with you and to see the encouragement that you are to those people around you.
It's really good. Yeah. So how were you able to? Okay, so what got you into stand-up? How did you eventually get into that platform?
Well, I've always been funny, but I've always been funny with my friends. My mom was actually dating the brother of an owner in the club in Indiana named Morty's. And he's like, hey, man, it's funny, have him go do stand-up. And I was like, no, I'm funny with my buddies because I don't have to do anything. They always know I'm silly.
That's good.
I'm not stand up in front of random strangers funny. And then this is back when I let my ego drive me a lot more than I do now, and not in a good way. So, because he said, oh, so you're not funny, huh? Like, don't do that. don't do that.
Right.
Like, I'm going to show you. Ha!
Right.
So I went to the comedy meeting. Yeah, right. I went to the meeting and I sat in, and they're like, okay, Emmanuel, next week you're going on for 3 minutes. I'm sorry, what now? So, okay, yeah, come out with 3 jokes. Like, oh, okay. So fast forward to the following week, and this guy went on stage, he bombed. This girl went on stage, she was drunk, and she bombed. So I come to the stage for the first time. I'm like, don't tell them that. Tell them I'm a regular. I'm just having an off night. Don't put me on blast like that. What's wrong with you?
Right.
So I come to the stage now, Emmanuel, like, okay, let's do this. So I go on stage, do 1 joke, get a few laughs. Do another joke, get more laughs. Do my 3rd joke, whole club is laughing. The light comes on to get off stage. So I'm like, all right, that's my time. I did it.
Right.
And as I'm getting off stage, a friend I talked to now, Al Jackson, he pulled me aside and said, hey, how long you been doing stand-up? I was like, you heard him. This is my first night. And he said, no, I don't mean the club. I mean in general. Like, no, I hear what you're saying. This is it. This is my comedy debut. And he was so put back by how just at home I felt just my stage presence, my energy. Like I'm told over and over again, the thing that really benefits me is I have a likable personality. It's something about me that people just want to like, and that's a good thing in comedy.
That is.
So me and Al exchange information, and like me and Al still keep in contact to this day. And then like I was sitting the stage is really hard at that point. But as you guys know, being a comedian, an amateur at that, you get a lot of random in the middle of the week type of mics. So I was doing random Wednesday, Tuesday, like a Wednesday show, things like that. And some clubs say, you got to bring X amount of people. And you always say, I'm coming to your next show. You're not coming to my next show. Don't ever lie to me like that. Don't lie to my face. Or I had someone tell me, I was at that show. The show had 10 people. Like, no, you weren't. Like, I could see the whole crowd. You weren't there.
You were not there, bro.
Like, I was there, man. Like, okay, whatever you say. And then, like, my car broke down, so I had to pick up more hours at my job. I couldn't get off work, so I had to step back and get some things in order. And I went to I saw Arnez J at the Murat Theater here in Indy.
Crazy.
And, like, he had this almost sold-out show, and his energy was so addicting and so contagious. I was like, I missed that feeling. I got to get back on stage.
Yep.
And so I got back at it. The thing I kept doing, though, is even when I wasn't on stage, I kept writing. I was always writing jokes down, always writing things out. So part of me knew eventually I want to get back to doing this because I love making people laugh. Like, I would love to blow up and be big.
Sure.
But that's not my end game. My end game is really just to be able to go from city to city, do a few stages, get a few jokes, and to spread laughter. That's my main goal in comedy.
That's it. Being able to work, to be able to have work. as a comedian. I think essentially all the other stuff does come into play. I mean, you're going to meet people, you're going to network, you're going to find club owners that need, great comedians. And if you can connect and network your business, not just create, just jokes and be like, yo, I got jokes. It's like, no, do you have the total everything that you
Right.
need as far as a comedian and business? Because right now, as you are doing, is you're actually branding your comic career. So you're not just ET,
Right.
but you also, Quail Life. And so that gives you depth when it comes to how professional you want to treat your career. So then it separates you from those who are just doing it because, hey, it's just something I like to do, to those who are serious and saying, look, I want to do this as a career. I want to be able to work as a comic. And then hopefully, of course, everybody wants to be on that stage where
Right.
you're known, or you get a chance to be in front of a lot of people on stage. Hey, of course, but I think as you grind as a comic and as you work hard with your brand, it separates you.
Right.
It separates you and puts you in a class where you're like, okay, this guy's serious about what he's doing. He's not only just doing comedy. He's out here grinding. He's out here hosting. He's out here going to all these open mics. He's out here, he's got his own brand. He's selling T-shirts. Like, when they see how serious, like, at least that's how we had viewed you too as well. When we first connected with you to do Gutties, it was like, okay, he's serious about what he's doing. And when we were scouting out the different open mics, we were like, okay, this guy, he looks, he's on it. And so I would tell Dennis, this is one that we can keep in the loop because of the fact that you work hard at what you do, and it's funny. So it's like, of course, yeah, no doubt. So we were like, well, we definitely got to connect, and it's because of that, because again, that hunger and also that drive. When you see that drive and that hunger, you got to feed it. You got to be able to give it, so that way you can grow. And
Right.
so, what more, opportunity to be able to give you an opportunity to be able to grow on stage. So it was really great to see you. Of course, this past weekend it was great to see you on the stage, and then be able to also promote what you're doing too as well. So that was like just another level of seeing the growth happening in what you're doing, and that's what we always look for, is the growth in these comics. It's like, I don't just want to give you stage time. I want to see you grow. I want to see you win as a comedian, and I want to see how your career is growing and blossoming. Like, I want to see you win. So when we see that happening, it's like, yo, let's give him some more time. Let's give him some more opportunity, and that's why it's good to see that grind and seeing how you've been able to evolve in that too as well. It's really good.
So, Emmanuel, let me ask you this: who have been your comedy idols, or the inspiration that you have in terms of your approach to comedy? Where do you get your inspiration for comedy?
From a comedian standpoint, is Richard Pryor. Like, I went watching him when I was younger, when I was supposed to, because
Right.
Richard Pryor and Red Fox, they had some pretty aggressive comedy that I probably will get in trouble for watching now. But yeah, and then, like, I've been told I'm a nice mix of Kevin Hart and Cat Williams, but I think it's because of my height. But whatever, we're all kind of tiny.
Yeah.
From a comedian standpoint, it's definitely Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Red Fox, even Kevin Hart and Cat Williams. And from just my personal life, my mom. Like, my mom has been that rock my whole life. Like, she's even through everything she went through, being a single parent mom, raising 6 kids, I'm pretty much on her own. Mm-hmm. She never at one point told me my idea of being a comedian was dumb. She always supported me. She always stood by me, and she's been that constant in my life to tell me, you can do this because I know you. So that's really where it all started from, having that good home foundation. Yeah. Because in anything you pursue that requires some form of skill, whether it's you're a comedian, you're a musician, you're an artist, you do need that constant voice in the back of your mind telling you you can do this. Yep. And that was my mom, because there's always going to be those naysayers that are going to tell you, no, you can't. Well, I don't know why you're even trying. And I look at that as motivation, because my goal now is to make them eat that sentence.
That's
make
it.
Them be mad that they didn't give me a chance. Like, there's one club that closed down, and I'm mad they closed down because I sent them email upon email, videos and clips, and they kept rejecting me, saying I wasn't good enough. And now that I'm picking up traction, I was like, oh, I was so bad they emailed me and said, hey, you want to do a set? Nah, remember that? That shut me down. but they closed. I was like,
Yeah. That's how it is, man. You're gonna find a lot of. I mean, the grind is there. I think we're just gonna. When you have vision, this is what I'm trying to say. Let me scramble. But when you have vision and you have purpose and you have a goal in mind, you're gonna have, and it could be your closest family member. So that's why it's a blessing that your mom is on and it is with you, and your family members are with you, because I met them when they came to the club. It's like, seeing that is a blessing. So that's good that you have that, because even the closest members of your family can just be like, dude, I don't think you got it, or
oh yeah,
I don't know if you should do that. I remember one time I would tell a couple people, like, I wanted to be this, and they're like, I don't see that in you. I want to open my own club. I don't think. What kind of club? Clean comedy club. That's not going to work. So there are always going to be those naysayers that are going to tell you the opposite of what you actually see. And the beauty is, then you find people like this guy next to me, who's like, slapped me in the back of the head and says, you better not let that go. You better not stop. Right. And it's like, okay. And then you got people like your mom who's on you too. It's like, look, you got it. You got what it takes. So you're going to find those. And I would rather choose these guys who are smacking me in the back of the head and tell me to keep going. Why not? I would rather choose to do something positive. I would rather choose to go after something that's going to help bring, joy to somebody's life than to choose the negative side of it. So it's a blessing that you got, that backup too as well.
Yeah, and even if worst case scenario it doesn't work out, I'm also at a point in my life to where I'd much rather know than not know.
That's good.
Like, because hey, it didn't work out, but I gave it my all, and that's all you can ask for. Because it's the woulda, coulda, shouldas that keep you up at night.
Right. Go for it. I mean, why not? Try it.
Right.
There's so many things that I've had gone after, and it's like, that's not a good fit. It's almost like the stuff that I've learned on the way was more like to prepare me for what I'm doing now. So now I'm taking those skills that I thought was the thing, and I'm using those skills to do what I'm doing now. So you're going to take the little things that you thought, maybe that was it. No, it's actually a tool, a skill set, so that where you're at now, where you're planted now, can grow, and you can actually, reach higher heights because you have these skills now. So I had to look at it that way, because before it was like, failure. But it's not necessarily failure. It's more like, that's a tool. Now let me just use that tool. Okay, these are tools. This is your purpose. And so now that purpose there, I got all these tools around me to be successful. And it's like, if you don't take it that way, you're going to constantly live in that moment of, I feel like I failed every single thing that I tried.
Right.
So let me ask you this, Emmanuel. When it comes to people who have given you advice along the way, I mean, you've had opportunities to hang out in some pretty good clubs.
Yeah.
And then you've visited a lot of clubs and a lot of different mics and that. What's the best piece of advice somebody gave to you in terms of your comedy career?
The best advice is it's kind of, I think the standard go-to advice is always keep writing, watch the news, little things like that, stay relevant. But one piece of advice I was given recently is right after the quarantine was kind of shutting down and things were opening up again. I went to a mic because I had a show at Gutty's that weekend, so I wanted to get back in good form. I went to a mic that I was, let me go here and knock some dust off. And stage was horrible, crowd was horrible. They were pretty much checked out. And a comedian that had seen me, it's actually where I headlined in Ohio. He pulled me aside to my set and told me, "Hey, I want to see you go far in this game. Don't waste time on a club that's not going to appreciate you coming out. Like this club is honestly not worth your time. You're a better comedian than what is going on right now. So if you're not feeling it, don't come. It's totally okay to tell the club no because of XYZ. Like, I get you wanting to get your face out there and make it, but this isn't the club where you need to waste your time on. It's just because I'm out in here because I want to be here. I came here because I heard you were coming. So yeah, I mean, like, so you're going to get that advice. Keep writing, to watch the news, but you're also going to get the comedians that genuinely want to see you go far. Because I've come across both. I come across spectrum of people who you can tell when they're doing, say, hey, you're funny. I want to see you make it. Hit me up. Here's this and here's that. And then there's people like, oh yeah, you were good, and then they just kind of walk off on you, like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
get you.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
that's the advice I've always taken is always just keep writing and keep pushing. This comedy game is a grind. It's a constant grind.
So let me, when you talk about writing, that's a question we often get from young comics that are, watching the Pops and the Rican show, or they'll email us and ask us, what's the best way for us to write? Is there a format? Is there something we should do? What's your approach to writing? Are you one of these pen to paper guys, or you sit down and type on your computer? How do you spend your time writing, honing, and producing the material that you have?
I'm a pen and paper type of guy. When my friends ask me what's my comedy about, it's 80% based off my real life. I change up names and embellish a little bit for the funny effect, and that's the other 20%. But
Yeah.
my comedy is really based off things I've actually gone through, or I learned that the World Series of comedy. If you think it's funny, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be. You got to find a good way to go about it and write it out. And you learn how to trim the fat off some of your jokes, because I was bad at that. I was just word vomit a lot of my jokes.
Yeah.
And people don't know. Cut that line out. That line's important. Move that line there, and it's just rearrange this. Like Dennis, you giving me a few taglines to add into my jokes that have worked fantastically. So it's I tend to write things down and whatnot, and my brain is very sporadic. Like I'll be doing something completely else, unrelated, and then I know where. Hey, that's funny. Write that down.
That's how it is, man.
Right.
And I think that whole thing of word economy is so important, and there are so many young comics that don't really embrace the importance of word economy. They spend so much time trying to help the audience get the premise, and you got to give a little bit more credit to the audience. Let them get the premise with as few words as possible, so that you can get them get them on that journey going one direction, so you can snap them the other direction, and give them the surprise and pop them in the nose with a good funny.
Right.
punch.
I can't remember what comedian told me that, but he pretty much said the same thing. Don't walk them all the way. Get them partly there, and then let their mind try to figure out the rest of it. Because then when you go the opposite direction, it's a bigger laugh.
Right.
Yep. That's that redirection. That's really good. It's cool because the thing is, the beauty of that is that you can actually work on kind of like the assumptions. It's like people are afraid of assumptions, and that's okay. You can actually work assumptions to your advantage, because when you first go up there, you can already assume, okay, they're probably thinking this, and if they're already thinking this, you can get really close to almost not like a definite, but you can probably get really close to, okay, if they're thinking this, I can hit them with a redirect and say, and come back this way. And that kind of helps with the whole process of, they're expecting me to say this because I look like this, but really I'm hitting them with this. And that redirection, that assumption can play to your advantage, because obviously we all have our disadvantage, obviously, okay, because like Dennis right now looks like he's made of gold, and I have spots, right? And you got your issue. You have that issue with your leg too as well. So like everybody's got a way about them, and if you can create a world where when you go up there you can smash assumptions. Smashing assumptions is almost like those hitting everybody with punches, because they're expecting a certain way, a certain thing about it, and if you can hit them and surprise them with it, it's just another another avenue to be able to create that world of laughs, because it's just a matter of assumptions. It's all about assumptions. I'm assuming that you're going this way with me, and then you smack me and you're like, oh, I didn't expect that, because I was assuming we were going this way. And so if we could smash those assumptions, it's almost like, okay, this is going to be fun because you guys expect me to come up and do this. So that's cool.
Which is why I always start out with I know you're thinking I'm an NBA player.
Right. Right.
Because that's just a natural assumption for people when they look
at it. Just immediately. Mm-hmm.
This guy's an athlete.
Right. That dude's definitely not an athlete. That's good stuff, man.
So as you look forward to places you'd like to work, things you'd like to accomplish in your comedy career.
Mhm.
What's one of those big, hairy, audacious goals for Emmanuel?
Ooh.
What do you want to see happen?
That is a great question, and I honestly haven't even put too much thought into it because I don't know what my I guess end game is, because part of me doesn't want to achieve it. It's
Yeah.
like if I stamp it, then and that's the finish line, and I don't want to get there. Like I always want to, I want to run this race as long as I possibly can.
That's good.
And
That's
I
really
understand. I understand that. I will say this because I've been around a lot longer than the two of you. At least a week. Here's what I will say. I will set a goal, and once I reach that goal, as I'm getting close to reaching that goal, I'm not waiting till I've reached that goal. Now what am I going to do? As I'm getting close, I'm looking on beyond that. I'm going farther and farther beyond that.
Yeah.
Because I still have a lot of stuff I want to accomplish, but in the process, I want to make sure that I'm heading towards some things that I desire that I want to see happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so let's talk then a little bit about the shirt you're wearing. Yes, it's a Quail Life shirt, but it's also a pink shirt. And so you've taken Quail Life, you've put it on T-shirts, and you've been selling shirts, but now you put it on a pink shirt for a purpose.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about the purpose and why is that purpose so important to you?
Well, in case you don't know, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the color they rock with is pink. And I lost my auntie to breast cancer in 2005. My aunt Carol was one of the goofiest people I've ever met in my life. She's super forgetful, super scatterbrained, and took 1,000,001 pictures. And a lot of my comedy does come from Carol saying this as well.
Nice.
Like she went into remission, and we thought we were out of it. Unfortunately, it came back, and she didn't survive the second battle. Mm-hmm. So, I lost my auntie in 2005, and it was a hard blow to take because that was my mom's only sister, and she has one brother who's thank God Glenn is fine, but it's weird when you lose your only sister and from that aspect.
Yeah.
So now with that all going on, then I had a scare with cancer myself due to my NF, my tumors. So cancer is it's hits and miss a lot with my family. It's not breast cancer, it's lung cancer. So this is a monster in itself. So the pink breast cancer shirts are just to bring awareness to it, and I've had them in all kind of sizes. Like this size is medium. I'm one small for obvious reasons because I'm tiny. And I just want to help any way I can to help either raise money to a cure or the foundation to help anyone going through it, because I saw my auntie go through it, and one of the side effects of chemo is lose your hair because you're basically dying to stay alive. They're pumping you for the radiation to kill the cancer off and hope your body can survive it. And that's just a struggle for anyone that goes through it. So my goal is every pink Quail Life shirt I sell, or any ones that, even if you don't want to do the color pink, I do have iron-on breast cancer ribbons I can apply to shirts. Any of those sales, half the money is going to be donated to a breast cancer foundation. So that's why I'm doing that, just to help bring money, bring awareness, and just help benefit any way I can. Well, others benefit any way I can.
Right. Yeah, my sister-in-law is battling breast cancer right now. She went into remission, and then it came back. It had metastasized into other parts of the body, and now she's back in the middle of that battle. And actually, she's fighting hard and is doing well in the fight. But every time I talk to my brother about how she's doing, every time she has to have chemo, it takes so much out of her. And to have organizations out there that are doing the research to try and find a cure for this beast that is tearing people up from the inside, it's critical. And so I commend you for doing your part to help raise some awareness, but also to raise some money to go out to help with that effort to find the cure.
Yeah, that's good. And the beautiful thing about it all is the fact that your aunt actually still lives because of the fact that she influenced you, and your humor is just an extension of that. And so that's great that you keep her alive by doing that, by pursuing comedy, by showing how funny it was when she was with you, and that you were able to share that with others too. So that's the beauty of that too as well. And I commend you for supporting that and being able to be a part of that too as well. It's good stuff, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, so what's next for ET? You got shows coming up. What do you got on your calendar?
Nothing on the books in the near future. My next big move is I'm going to Vegas for the World Series of Comedy.
All right.
And
that's awesome.
That's a great thing. Like I went last year, and I went with the mindset of I have no business being here because I had just got back into the game, and I'm thinking no one's gonna want to talk to me. I don't know why I even came out here.
Yeah.
I wasted money for nothing. And and at the time, I was unemployed, so I was surviving doing my gigs and working DoorDash. So I was like, I can't even afford to be off work. What am I doing now?
Right.
So I drove down because thankfully it was in St. Louis, so it's nothing but a hop skip away. And like I went there, and it was a complete 180. Like the club owners were engaging with me. A lot of them told me, hey, no, I can't do anything for you right now, but here's my card. When you hit this amount of time, give me a call, and that's what I can do for you. And it was a great way to network. So anyone who is starting comedy, or you've been there for a long time, if you have not been to the World Series of Comedy, you definitely want to check it out. There's nothing else. It's a great way to network.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that is awesome.
And that's why when we put together our stand-up comedy wars, one of the things that Steve and I talked about early on was, hey, let's do this contest with our local comedians, but let's see if we can help them with something more than a trophy and a cash prize.
Yeah.
And so I got on the phone and talked to Joe, who runs World Series of Comedy.
Yeah.
I got on the phone with Joe Lowers, and I said, hey, Joe, this is what we're doing, and we'd like to send the 3 winners of the stand-up comedy wars to the World Series of Comedy.
Yeah.
And he said, okay, I love what you guys are doing. And he said, here's 3 entries, or 3 admission, or the registrations to the World Series of Comedy.
Awesome.
The main event.
Yep.
Now, if they want to get on stage, they still have to submit their video. They still have to put the work in to actually earn the right to be on stage there. But just the simple fact of being able to go and network with so many different places and comedians and bookers and club owners, it's just a phenomenal time to network. Yeah. And Steve can attest to this. One of my favorite sayings is, your network will determine your net worth. You
never know. I mean, that's the thing, is you're going to meet those people. Like you said, at first you didn't know. And then when you met them, like I said earlier too, as well, as long as you're putting in the work, all these other things will come into play. And if you keep hustling and putting yourself in the right positions, it'll open doors. And so with the World Series of Comedy, you've already experienced it because you placed yourself in that position. It may not make sense at the time, but now you have that network. Now you have a network of comics. Now you have a network of clubs that want to work with you. So you never know. Just go and be there. Be a part of it, and you don't know what will happen.
Yeah, and it's actually kind of crazy because Ike, the guy who ran Jokers, I lost my job, and he gave me a job at the club to work weekend shows and whatnot. And that's actually how I met the guys from the World Series of Comedy, because they had Mike here. And Joe saw me running back and forth at the club, taking care of little odds and ends, getting things done. And he asked Ike if I was a comedian. And I was like, yeah, he's pretty funny. Yeah, he does some stays here. So he gave me some time on the show they were doing. I did like a little 5-minute set. And afterwards, Ike pulled me aside and said, hey, Joe wants you to come to the World Series of Comedy. I was like, that's not a good idea, but that costs money. He said, no, you're not hearing me. Joe wants you to come down there. I was like, oh, that's so awesome. Hey. He's like, yeah, cool.
See?
Yeah.
So,
put in work.
Put in work and grinding.
Yeah.
Because Joe pulled me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So yeah, Joe pulled me aside and was like, when I got down, he's like, one of the reasons why I wanted you down here is because I saw you at the club. It's one thing to see comedians that just want stage time, but you actually were working at the club. You were, doing what needed to be done, and I like to see that drive in comedians that want to do more than just do stage time. They want to know the odds and ends of the actual club they're at. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted you to come down here.
Preach.
So I was like, yeah, appreciate it. Look, I was not gonna be able to afford this without you.
I'll tell you, you get your. That's the thing. We preach that here all the time, and a lot of people. Well, I shouldn't say a lot. I should say people have been saying that they notice a couple comics on the stage, and they're like, "Why is that guy doing stuff?" Well, that guy's here at Gutty's, and he's behind a concession stand, and he's sweeping up, and he's helping out, and he's asking questions, and he's like, how about this? What about this joke? And they're grinding, and they're here on open mic nights. That's why they're going up on stage, just because the proof is in the pursuit.
Mm-hmm.
The proof of what you really want is in your pursuit of what you want, and if you really want it, then you're here.
Right.
And I don't have to tell you. We don't have to tell you that. It's in the pursuit. The proof is in the pursuit. And seeing that happen, that's why we're so ready to be able to work with people who are willing to want to work. Do you really want to work in that field, in this career as a comedian? Then we're here to help you out to get you to that place. We'll let you know, look, you got to give me a stronger 5 minutes, a stronger 10 minutes. It's got to get stronger. We're not going to be like, nah, you're garbage. It's more like you need to get stronger. But at the same time, if you're hustling and bustling here going, hey, I'm working hard, I want to be a part of this, I want to know more, then we'll give you a shot. I don't see why not. Why wouldn't you give somebody that shot who's hungry to do it? So that's proof right there. It's proof right there that you just said it. You was like, you were hustling, you were working, you were a part of something. And a lot of people think, well, if I was sitting there taking tickets, I would have missed the opportunity. No, you're at the place where it should be. And because you're at that place, you get that opportunity. Opportunities will come. They will open up. And people see it. I know me as a comic and as the club owner, I'm telling you, man, I'm watching. My eyes always open. I'm always watching. You can, and Dennis will attest. I'm always going up to him. I'm like, yo, this guy here. What about this guy? And he'll be like, okay, I'll reach out to him because I'm seeing the hustle. And if I don't see the hustle, then I'm like, okay, well, you don't really want it. If you don't really want it, then, and that's the thing. And it's just us. Imagine all the other clubs out there. Imagine all the other shows out there. They're going to call us and say, hey, Emmanuel, what kind of comic is he? Is he good to work with? Yes. Get him on your show 100%. Why? Because we had him on our show. And he's always hustling, and he's always getting what he needs to get. So that's where that whole, it comes full circle. When you're grinding as a comic, and you're working on your brand, and you're working on your comedy, and you're going after it, and you're pursuing it, and you're taking every opportunity, they will come. They will come. It's just keep grinding, keep pushing.
Right. Absolutely.
And I'm always telling people, hey, get Emmanuel T on your show because he needs to make money because he owes me money.
I hate to book his other leg, but I will.
He got to book him so he can pay me. Come on.
I don't want to book the kid's other leg, but I will.
Good stuff, bro. Good stuff.
So, Emmanuel, thanks for taking some time to come share your story.
Thanks for having me.
To help us understand a little bit more about being unique and rare, like the Quail Life, and keep punching that away because that is just, I think that is just a great focus for life.
It is.
Be original, be unique, be rare. And then make your comedy stand out like that. And so it's always a blast to have you at the club. It's great to have you here on the Pops and the Rican show. And we always, we enjoy having you here. We look forward to having you back to the club again.
I always enjoy coming to Gutty. It's hands down probably my favorite club to work in Indy. I love going there. It's a great club. It really is.
Awesome. That's great, man. I'm glad to hear that, man. Appreciate you, man. You have a good one, bro.
You guys too, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
So I guess I have to take like $3 off of what he owes me now.
You're gonna have to take something
because he was all. You guys are.
You're the best. I know. No, it's great, man. It's really cool that we're able to bring. See, this is what we're talking. We're all about that community. in the comedy world, and I'm hoping that people will see how much we really reach out. We really reach out to these guys. We really care about the comedy scene. And we are just a different branch of it because obviously we do nothing but clean. But again, why not? Why not have another side of comedy that needs to be pretty much, we need to reach more people, and people need to laugh, bro. And so I'm glad that we are able to bring that here in Indy and have like comedians like Emmanuel on here, and even like Brad Stein on here. I mean, from all walks. It's just really cool to meet every single person that has been in the game, from all walks, to be able to be on the show and be able to share their heart on what they feel comedy is like to them. It's really cool, bro.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
And I hope that I hope there's some people that we're watching, or people that will watch the show later, that will hear what Emmanuel's doing in terms of trying to raise money for breast cancer research, and that they'll get online, they'll buy a Quail Life shirt, and
definitely,
and help him in that effort to raise those dollars. And
I know we should have asked, but we'll get that from ET as well. As like, if they want to make a contribution to him too as well, they can send them some information. So I'll get that from ET and see if we can at least post it and let them know if you want to give a contribution to the cause that he's in, then they can just give that contribution. Or if they want to buy T-shirts, they can hit him up, and they should be able to find him online too. Is on Facebook. It's Emmanuel T. I've seen that too as well. He's on Facebook. You want to connect with him that way, you definitely can. But again, another great thing to be able to put some comics on the spotlight and let them know, hey, we're out here grinding just as much as anybody else, and they're doing a great job, even in this time that we are in. Crazy times. All right, so basically what we got going on, if you just tuned in, you're late to the game, but we still love you. And we want to let you know that check us out online. Download our mobile app, because our app has all of our information of what's going on at Gutty's Comedy Club. We have some great shows this weekend. Tonight we have a fundraiser that we are doing. And so we are pretty much bringing all aspects of what Gutty's Comedy Club to the stage. So we got stand-up, we got sketch, we got improv. So you don't want to miss that. Thursday is our Comedy Wars. We launched our first season, in essence, of Comedy Wars, and that's basically a 3-on-3 comedy competition where teams come together and they're able to play against each other, but yet almost like they're playing with each other, meaning they got to know how to work as a team, and that was the whole focus, is how do you do a show. So it's like, got your guest spot, your feature spot, your headliner, and you got to be very creative with that. And so we've gotten 3 teams this time around, and it's been great to see how they work their material and try to work a really fun way to do it, because they're basically going for a win to win number 1 a spot on the World Series of Comedy, or at least registration, and then also being able to get the coveted golden mic, and also get a cash prize. So if you're interested in Comedy Wars, just let us know. Info at Gutty's Comedy Club. We'll let you know when the next round is going to be. But this Thursday, come check us out. This Thursday is going to be the Griffin's Gals versus 2 guys in a wheelchair. So those teams are going head to head, and it's fun. It's just been a whole different.
It's winner takes all.
Winner takes all. So you definitely want to come check it out and vote for for the best team. And then, of course, we got our Friday, Saturday night primetime shows. So you with Ray Hensley and friends. I'm going to say friends because he's got some great comedians coming through. So just know that this weekend is going to be a great night. And every week you can catch us online at guttyscomedyclub.com/live. And you can check us out by downloading our mobile app. Man, I'm excited about what's going on. I know that we're cut down to just 50% capacity, but everybody's been coming out, man, and they really want comedy. So we're trying to make the best that we can here for you to enjoy clean comedy and just entertainment in general, so that you can get out of the house and enjoy some laughter, enjoy some pizza, some snacks, and some great comedy. So I'm excited about what's going on and what's happening, man, because we got some really heavy hitters coming this next month, too, as well. At the end of this, starting in October is going to be a crazy month, too. So be on the lookout what's happening. We got some great shows coming up. You definitely want to be a part of what's happening here at Gutty's. So I think I'm done, bro. I'm done talking and pushing this, man. I'm getting ready for the night.
Well, you are correct that we have some fantastic shows coming up, and please, if you're in the Indianapolis area, come be a part of our studio audience.
Yeah.
We want to have you here at Gutty's Comedy Club.
Yep.
We're doing our part to do the whole social distancing and safety and all that. We're keeping everything clean and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we're making everything as safe as possible, and we want to have you here at Gutty's Comedy Club.
Yeah.
And if you're not able to be here, then get online. Go to guttyscomedyclub.com/live and watch it live, or get on the app and watch it live from there. But we want you to be a part of it because we love sharing the laughs.
Yes.
And so I guess you're done talking. I'm going to be done talking.
You good?
And I guess that pretty much wraps up this episode of the Pops and the Rican Show. And even now, I'm still Pops.
And I'm the Rican.
And that makes this the Pops and the Rican Show.
Rican Show. Deuces.
Pops and the Rican.
Pops and the Rican.
Pops and the Rican. The Pops and the Rican. What? The Pops and the Rican?
Look at the top of his head. Look at his head.
Pops and the Rican.